Okay guys, first thing I'll have to do is get my original mount out of the way. I won't be able to get into the system. Give me a nice easy area to work on when I try to enlarge that hole a bit. I did see in Japan actual really tailor-made ones, but I think they were close on $100 to purchase that one, 80 or at least $80 or $90 Australian to buy and get it, so that one worked out pretty expensive. So I just thought I'd try this one and see how it goes. It looked pretty good. So I'll just swing down into the socket area. And there's our socket. Just pull off the rubber cap. Now if you look at my USB, just that little bit too tight. So that's a hole there I've got to have to enlarge to get mine in. And apart from that, it'll fit in there really nice, and if you look at it that way, it will sit in there nice and neat. So all I've got to do is enlarge that hole and I'm in business. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to get into this, which is metal cutting disc or metal cutting drill or burr, whatever you like to call it. I'm not sure what they call it, but apparently when you get to the edge of it you can feel it's got a little bit of bite to it. So I'm going to run now, so I'm going to run that around the edges of this hole here and see if I can just enlarge it slightly enough so I can slide this USB port into it. So that's the plan. How it works is another thing, but that's the idea. Well, it's always a good idea when you see filings coming out of it, so that means it's doing something. How long it takes will be another thing, but I don't think I'll have to remove that much. Yep, starting to move down. Can't say it's not working. Okay guys, I suppose I spent about 5 minutes on it, and I'm working on the principle I want a more tight hole, I don't want a sloppy hole. So as it is now, I've got a pretty tight fit, so all I've got to do now is attach it at the bottom. So if we swing around, when I do attach, naturally when you're wiring this together you've got a red lead for positive, black for negative. On the back of your USB port you've got a 2-pin plug there. One says positive, one says negative, so it shouldn't be hard to work out which goes which. So that's fairly simple. So there's a quick look at how the setup goes. So there you go guys, just put the positive into the positive slot, negative in the negative, ready to connect it now back into the handlebar location there where the USB goes, and then I'm ready to swing into the battery area.
And that's pointing at me anyway. I'm just looking. You're a trier.
I am a trier, Julie. What do you think of a USB port, Julie? Look.
Wow,
Pretty good?
pretty good. Does it work?
Well, I haven't connected it yet. One must always be prepared to wait it out for the thrill.
You blew the fuse.
No, I haven't wired it in. I've just cut that out. But that looks good, doesn't it?
That's perfect. You can play.
Okay guys, just removing the battery now in here to run the power leads for the USB port. So once, as a general rule, you go for unscrewing the negative cable first on the battery so you don't short circuit anything on the bike. So always undo negative first. When you put it back, always put on the positive first. So after that, it's just a matter of connecting these cables across. Didn't worry about showing anything on the plastic cover as far as removing that or getting to the battery, but if you're interested in that side of it, I've already done a clip on that once when I ran this battery totally out of the bike to show off at the start, so I'll leave a link in that on the description and you can have a look at that one if you want it. So apart from that, I'll just connect this up and we're going to see if this bike runs okay and how the port works. Okay guys, the bit's complete now, nice and neat. It's showing 13 volts, but it appears to be on continuous. I'll whip the key in, turn her on, kick it. It's now reading 14.6. Went up 1.6, so might just get the wife to bring my phone in there and we'll put it up on the charger. So I've got the mounting system there. So Julie will just unclip the port there. Is that now charging or what? Got this one in numbers, is it?
You can see that it's charging now. See?
Okay, so I'll turn this off, then we'll look back down here.
Oh, it's turned off.
What?
Oh, it's still charging.
Charging. So it's charging, turned off, so it's still charging there. But you're still plugged in.
Still plugged in. And it's still charging. If I take him off. And
we're back to 13.2, 13.3 volt. Yeah guys, so I don't know about this one. It might be alright as far as connection goes, but I don't think it turns itself off. I don't know whether there'll be much draw on this. I might just monitor it over the next few days and just see what happens in that line, but apart from that, we all know that from previous experience with the dead flat battery, you can kick this bike over and just ride off with it, and there's no need to remove the battery, just kick it over and ride. So that's no drama at the moment. So the main thing is, you know, these sort of plugs with just a slight mod, like enlarge the hole a little bit. They look quite nice and neat in there, and I think if you chase one of these now with the, I actually went and had a look on eBay now, and I noticed now there is a couple there which have power on and off switches. That'd be the one I'd go for, just in case this one here runs full power continuous all the time, and that is a better direction. But apart from that, they look alright, so they serve the purpose, and you'd be able to power up your phones and your cameras as you go along, which is always an inconvenience when you get out there and got a flat battery. And these Model 3Os, I think they call them, they charge really quick, so that's a more advantage compared to the old style one. So keep that in mind when you're looking around, and catch up with you later.